Here we go, right here.
There we go.
My man Big Willie, you know what I'm saying? LA book tour. Somebody told me I made my pictures in the book.
You know, your picture's in the book and your name is in the book. So it's like you're doing some real elegant pimp. I'm blowing you up.
I love that.
I'm blowing you up.
My God, Big Will, we're going to see y'all in a minute.
What page you on? We're going to see what page you on. The chapter is purpose. You're in the chapter is purpose.
Wow.
Yeah, purpose. Let me see. Where Bilal at? Where Bilal at? Hold on. Let me see where you at. Where you at? Hold on. You in here. Your picture, too.
I love it.
Chapter purpose, where you come to New York. I mean, to Africa. Train excited. We ain't gonna do this right now.
Right,
but
right.
You right here. You need to. Oh, my boy Bilal. My boy Bilal.
Right.
Ended up losing 100 pounds during the training and filming.
I love it.
That's what we talked about, the African experience. Yeah, my boy Bilal Salam. You see that?
The Latin premiere with my man Big Will. You know what I mean? 8 months. You know, I'm 8 months vegan, getting this weight down. Yeah, letting it shine, baby. You see the glow?
Vegan? Yeah.
You see the glow? We doing it.
He got his nipples out, all feeling all flossy and sexy.
The time he ran into problems was when he got the financing together to acquire NBC. You did not want a person like Cosby to control NBC as a corporate entity. Then they started bringing all this stuff out of the woodwork. Well, he admitted the acts, but not the intent. He said she wanted this. This is what I gave her. This was like sex, drugs, and rock and roll all through the 60s and 70s. It was a thing. And they've got no business going here because all they're trying to do is ruin this man. There were all kinds of things that went wrong with the Cosby case. In fact, some of those women that were on that McCall's or something magazine that all claimed to have been molested by Cosby, I recognized some of them, and that was from parties at the Hollywood mansions. A person would show up, take her coat off, see-through, no bra. 15 minutes later, her bottom off, she's running around in thongs. Half hour, she's completely naked and she's hitting the coke. And you go back to another party and there they are 3 or 4 days later doing the same thing.
Also tonight, music mogul Sean Diddy Combs accused of sex trafficking and sexual assault in a lawsuit filed in federal court here in New York. Chloe Malas is here. Chloe, what more do we know about this?
Lester, the lawsuit filed by Cassandra Ventura, known by her stage name Cassie, met Combs when she was 19 years old. She was later signed to Combs's record label, and the pair had been romantically involved. Ventura alleges that Combs not only raped her, but over the course of a decade, physically abused her, as well as, quote, lured her into a drug-fueled lifestyle. Ventura says that after years in silence and darkness, she's finally ready to tell her story. Now, Combs's lawyer said in a statement in part that his client vehemently denies the allegations, calling them baseless and outrageous, and that Ventura has been demanding $30 million, threatening to write a book about their relationship.
I just want to throw you the facts, okay?
Sure.
So this is long after we have 2 double platinum albums, $14, $15 an album from 2 million albums is, what is the math on that, 48 million? And this benevolent man who's just now had a change of heart and has decided to pay us as talent. We only get the amounts due since Sony bought our catalog.
Okay.
So streaming for the past couple years, it's about $800, $900. I have to sign an NDA that I will never disparage Puff, Bad Boy, Janice Combs, or Justin Combs Music, or EMI, or Sony ever in public. I would like to do a documentary for Hulu or Netflix or Amazon, a streaming site. I offered some of the girls, hey, if you need $800, $900, I'll give it to you. Don't sign this.
claim that a key witness lied under oath in last year's federal trial here in Chicago. Attorneys say the accuser, known as Jane, testified that she had not decided whether she would seek restitution from the singer. However, Kelly's lawyers claim that Jane had already hired a legal team seeking a $13 million payout if Kelly was found guilty. The federal judge will now decide whether to grant a new trial. Kelly was convicted of child pornography and expected to be sentenced this month.
What up, though? Come on, what up, Todd Ivory? T.I., that's like you probably, T.I., you the first kind of like angel investor, venture capitalist that I ever knew of. You not used the dude to help, you help everybody get the money, man. You help, man, you are very important to the city. What up, T.I.? Yo, Todd, I really want to talk to you about this movie thing and other things that we can move on as people to make money with, to also help everybody understand the history of where we come from and how everything else happened. Empress Shay, my sister, is in the building. Yo, that's my sister right there. What's going on, sis? Oh, Diddy and some more shit. You know, that's what I came on for today. I'm like, damn. My man can't keep, I don't know, ever since he did that lawsuit with the Delion, I'm telling you, things that got real heated for him. Now, what we're going to talk about is the force. The force has got a lot of power, I think. It makes you feel like, Michael Jackson said it, it makes you feel like, ooh, listen, the force has got a lot of power, I think. It makes you feel like, yeah. Come through. Yeah, come on, Empress Shay. I'm already there. As long as y'all over there and everything is beautiful the way beauty is, man, I'm already there, man. I'm in the garage, man. I'm already sitting down. I done did a lot of, I mentally sat with my brother his whole trip. All right, so look, what is Puffy thinking about? Yo, you can't do all of this. Now, do y'all want to ask me, do I think these allegations are true? I don't know. Because the only thing I can really tell you is when you get money, your preferences, your whole, everything changes. You turn into a creep. So you be like, damn. You understand? Like, I'm going to give y'all an example. I want y'all to follow me real good. So, let's say if you start off and you just watching pornographic movies, and you be like, there's nothing wrong. But what happens over so long, you keep watching them, and then your mind adapts to them, and then you be like, what else is better? What else is better? And then you always be reaching for what else is better? What else is better? But if you don't never have control over yourself to just know the levels and say, okay, those are levels you don't never travel to, whatever, these are the dues, these are the morals, this is how things go, and then you can understand how to live. But when you have that kind of money and you have that kind of power, sometimes you lose your morals and you lose your definition of life. You don't understand why you're doing it. You don't know why you're doing it. You think when money becomes something that you have and it doesn't really matter to anyone around you, you be like, I can be rich, I could be a billionaire, but nobody around me really cares that I have money or not. So you be like, wow, it's a point in time where money doesn't really mean anything. So you trying to make money to stand out, that doesn't mean anything. If you really want to stand out, and you want to be, just be you, standing out, and you say, hey, I didn't even know I was standing out. I was just being me. And it just happens to be that I was out there, and then you was able to see me from a distance. So I never knew. I never came into the game to stand out. All right, so listen. This man is going through a lot of turmoil. Yo, the way that, and it all happened when he filed that discrimination charge against the mob. So it's like, yo, why would you? And then now, everything is coming down, it's crashing. And you can fool some of the people, but you can't fool all of the people. You can lie to a couple of people, but you can't lie to everybody. Whatever you throw up, definitely is going to come down. We look at people who shoot guns. And New Year's, they shoot them in the air. Boom. They shoot them in the air. Boom, Happy New Year. But they never realize that gravity pulls down. So they mean, like, what if this bullet lands on someone's roof and it goes through their roof and it affects someone? See, we don't never understand that. We don't never think of that kind of stuff. So here, let's get back. Roger Barnes, what's going on, Roger Barnes? What's going on, Roger Barnes in the building? You know, one thing we can say is when God got a call for you, like, I think, if y'all ask me, I think Puffy missed his calling when God was trying to help God was trying to help Puff. And we were all I was being patient. I know I was. I was like, yo, he's trying to help you. But you think that who you are is more powerful than how God can help you. And so now really your challenge is not against you and me. Your challenge is against you and God. And when you challenge God and you go against God, man, all kind of things happen, man. And it's just something that you can't never feel comfortable with, to feel like you are that powerful. Like, let me give y'all some good knowledge. Lucifer was the director of the choirs. So Lucifer used to be in the choir. He used to direct. He used to be, you know, the music and everything, because music is real powerful. Music is the next powerful energy next to love. Love is powerful, and then there's music. Music is just as powerful as love. Right? Peace, love, light. What's going on? I was waiting on you. Yeah, I'm coming out right here to speak. So when he went against that, and then it was like, wow, you're trying to say that everybody is doing you the way that everybody already claims that you've been doing them. So while you want to air our dirty laundry, how about we air yours? And then now when the tables turn, and then now it's not. So then now what you're going to see is a lot of friends who may not have been my friend one day. They're going to be my friend again one day. I'll be like, man, I remember one day you ditched me. I remember one day you left me, and this was like, man, never thought of me, never asked if I had a meal, never, you know, just never even asked if I was okay. Like, asked how my kids was doing, how my family doing. Like, damn, man, you understand? All behind, and I'm 52. Guess what? I'm still moving. And guess what? I don't have no gut. No gut. I'm still strong as an ox. I still get up every day and I do it, and nothing has ever stopped since I started. Straight up. So we going into these times right now, and if y'all go get the book. The link is in the bio. Everybody, please order a book. Order 2 books in case you lose one. I have people that call and say, hey, you know what? I got a call today that said, hey, Mark, your book is getting more reviews and more sales than Jada Pinkett. I said, hey, you know, I never really looked at it. And, you know, I just let everything go every month and just take it how it goes. But I said eventually one day it was going to be like that. They say my book getting them big boy reviews right now. If you ain't got the book, everything that I can tell you, when you read, like, it's not really about Puff. It's really about how I felt about dealing with him and who he was when I met him. And then, like, when I met him, it was just like, damn, do I stay back from this kind of individual? Do I still be friends with him? And then you be like, yo, some situations is just best to walk away from. You got to walk away from him. You got to just be like, hey, you know what? Since the victory is not mine and God is the winner of all things, you know what? I don't have to stick around to win or lose. I can walk away right now. You know what? I'm just going to go ahead and cut my losses. Miss Queen B, please, if you, I'm sending out autograph copies for those who don't have it. You want an autograph copy, you DM me. I'm sending them out. Let me tell y'all something. Let me show y'all real quick. Show you real fast, real quick. New books. These are new orders. They going out. Everybody who ordered, they coming out. They ready. I'm going to send these. These has already been purchased. Everybody want an autograph copy. For everybody who want an autograph copy of the book, that's how they getting it. And so I'm sending them out autographed. So if you want an autograph copy, you DM me. If you just want a version, you can go on Amazon and get one. But this ain't about the book. Even though I love promoting what I do. Again, the link is in the bio. Go to the link in the bio, all right? But yo, Cassie is saying that he date raped us. Yo, they agreed to Bill Cosby this man. Yo, Bill Cosby, you know what they did to Bill Cosby? You know, they're going to R. Kelly him. Now she coming out like saying this, and she's a married woman, don't have no reason to lie. She don't have no reason to come out and say, okay, cool, so cool. Now, what I do know is people, jealous people. It's a thing about jealous people when they don't want to see you have nothing and they want it all. Those kind of people really don't have no boundaries in life. They don't really know, you know, like they don't have limits. Like, my mother told me that things that I shouldn't do, I always listen to. Like, what your mother told you? My mother told me don't never stand to put your hand on your hips. You be like, damn, that's real. That's what my mother told me. My father told me that too. You understand? But when you get older you be like, damn, I got my hands on my hip because you can breathe better. So when you get older, it's all right. He offered her 8 figures and she refused. I kind of believe her. Now, this is one thing I can say, that people get high and they get on them drugs, they get on them drinkings and all of that, and then they have a whole nother kind of personal, that a whole nother person comes about them, and y'all may not never know it. Like, who's Jay-Z after he had 2 drinks? Who's Fat Joe after he had smoked 2 blunts? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Who was T.I. after he had a Jameson? You know what I mean? You don't never know how these people turn. So you can say, where there's smoke, there's fire. So with all of these things that's going on, people ask me like, Mark, have you ever seen Puff do anything like that? I never really seen him do nothing like that. That's why it's so hard to believe. But what I can say is that once you be so selfish and your heart is just closed to human beings and you're no longer able to function with a normal society, like, and you're no longer no good for anyone you're around, man, those kind of things happen. And that be the reason, the main reason why they separate themselves from them and us. Because of what they did in order to get what they want and to have what they have. You know what I mean? He should have just got the money and just ran. He still want to be all in the limelight. He want to have weed, alcohol, and a hot young artist. This is the second artist. Now he had Lil Mama, whatever that was. And then send a badge too for everybody, yo. You know I like them badge things. If you can get a badge, that's dope too. Cause that be kind of like helping. Sometimes, man, I just don't never talk. Cause I be like, man, talking don't never really. You be like, man, you just be talking and giving everybody your story, and then you be like, everybody get your story, and then next thing you know, they be like, I already know about you. Nobody really want to talk to you no more because you're not told about yourself. Sometimes you can't be telling everything about yourself. So, back. Do we think that he is guilty of these allegations? Where there's smoke, there's fire. And then also, when it comes to love and like and lust and things like that, man, it's just so many things to question. You be like, to have a sexual relationship with someone that you're involved with for 15 years, eventually the relationship is not even based about on the sex, it's based on the relationship. But when you cannot draw the line between the relationship and the sex, and you be like, wow, when do you grow up to realize that there's a difference in love and sex? So, a good example, if you ask a lot of females, you say, hey, if a guy say, hey, you're very sexy, is that respectful or disrespectful? So they say, oh, guys call me sexy all the time. And then you be like, well, do you know if a guy calls you sexy, that means he's looking at you in a sexual type of way? So it's like when you think of sexy, that means like I'm thinking of doggy style. I'm thinking of all kind of things we could do sexy. But when you beautiful, it's different. So when a guy calls you sexy, that's kind of disrespectful. So when you get a guy like Puffy that say, hey, ma, you look real sexy, you got to look at him and be like, you're a creep. You're a creep. Why are you looking at me and the only thing you see is sex? What's wrong with you? Can I be beautiful? Can I be intelligent? Can I just be lovely? Why I got to be sexy? This is a message to all of the guys like that who find females sexy instead of finding females, you know, or vice versa. Sometimes you got females that find guys sexy or whatever. I don't know. How y'all feel about Sexy Red? Leave a comment. Let me know about that. And buy a book. Go to the link in the bio, get a book. And also let me know how you feel about Sexy Red. Because I like this color, the Falcons jacket. Because I'm a Falcons fan. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Why did he go against that liquor company? They got way more money than him. They can hold him up in court like now he gonna lose so much money just going back and forth through court with other people, and they're really assassinating his character. So he's gonna be guilty just by being brought down. Like, even if he's innocent, it's gonna be hard for him to prove himself as being innocent because it is so much against him that you could have corrected, my brother, just by saying, you know what, God, let me help those that help me. You know, let me make sure that, you know, Mark, let me make sure people that I know really are eating, you know, nobody's that, like, let me just not worry about my children and wanting my children to have a good life. Let me make sure that, you know, my children understand that it's just not about that. It's about these people that actually helped. So really, you know, it's our legacy is based off the support of a lot of other artists that we can never disrespect those artists. Like, we can't never walk around with that Louis Vuitton jacket on or that $100 million chain on, you know, because you my son, because that's kind of like disrespectful to everybody else who helped us have this, that have children, and they children don't have these kind of things, and they work just as hard as me to give it to you, for you to have it. So you're going to have to humble yourself. I don't know if that made sense to y'all. I don't know if that made sense to y'all. You're going to have to humble yourself. And these days, this is when the children are going to have to figure out ways to fight off that curse, that, you know, and figure out, you know, what do we need to do in the eyes of the, you know, of the Almighty to maybe we can come into favor and we can be forgiven. Because right now, we need to be forgiven. Some people need to be forgiven. Ask for forgiveness. Say, hey, I've done wrong. And what I want to do is I want to admit that I done wrong and I want to do right. That's why when G-Dep come home, it's going to be so important. Because y'all going to get to see why he did what he did. He was raised in the industry. He doesn't know any better. I'm not making an excuse for him. The greedy only care for their greed. You right? That's right, Keisha. Curry, peace to you. Overlove asked me to let you know to get in touch with him. Yo, Kennedy Road, come on, let's I know you called me. We'll get back. I'm just getting home and I just got called. I got called from all different crevices of the world. And they like, yo, Curry, you're back at it again. I'm like, wow, it's not that I'm back at it. It's just I told y'all about this a long time ago. I told the world about this a long time ago. Who is he? I'm like, yo, bro, anytime you deal with me and we don't win together, something wrong with you. You can't lose with me. Are you crazy? Look at me. Still him. My eyes ain't bulging. His eyes is bulging out his head like he got high blood pressure. He's gaining all of this weight. Oh, man. Come on, man. I'm still hungry. I'm still going for it. What do you mean? What do you mean, man? You can't force someone to be with you. Cassie's young. Of course, and you the boss, how do you sleep with the help? You sleeping with the help? That means you intimidating them in the office. Or if you do this for me, I'll do this for you. Or this and this. Come on, man. You can't tell me it ain't, that got to be real. So that means like, damn, every time you let your girl go to work and she work for a guy, you got to worry about him being a creep like Puff and then wanting to sleep with your girl while she come to work. Wow, that's crazy. I don't want my girl to work. Because if I catch somebody doing that, man, it's a problem, man. Sleeping with the help. Sleeping with the damn help. And I'm going to let y'all know, I got the full document. I got the whole everything. I got the whole, it came to my email when it was priority. It came to my email priority. Documents. I said, wow, you understand? I didn't even take time to really dig into them and read them. You understand what's going on right now. But there's some real serious things going on right now. But what goes up comes down. You have to learn to apologize for your wrong, brother. You don't have to just apologize and say, man, you know what? Man, get on your knees, bro, and you pray and you say, God, the energy of the good universe or whatever you want to call it, God, you don't even have to call it God, but you just get on your knees and say, hey, you know, I'm thankful for my ancestors and everything my ancestors did and the things they've been through to create me so that I have life and so that my children have life and that I'm still here seeing it today and I am I am alive. I want to make sure that I clean my slate and live a great and good life. I don't want to walk forward with no one that's mad at me or feeling like I owe them. I have enough to pay everybody who thinks that I owe them. But I don't have to feel like me having it makes me different than you. Some people feel like the only reason why they got money is so they can feel different than you. You get up and go to work. I'm not getting up and go to work. So the difference, they feel like, well, I got money, so I don't have to get up and go to work. But you got to get up and go to work. So when you get up and go to work, you don't have time to be worried about drugging females and having sex parties and people coming in to sleep with your female or whatever people's accusing these people of. You be like, damn, I don't even have the interest of having nobody else sleep with my lady. The hell I'm interested in somebody having sex with somebody who I'm in love with. can't be goddamn serious. Ain't nobody touching the lady I'm in love with, period, except me. 'Cause that's just the way it is, Jack. You want to sit and have other people sleep with your lady. Where they do that at? Where they do that at, man? I don't know. I guess life is over. 'Cause your lady, I don't know, my lady down for me. That's one thing I know. And I'm down for her. I tried to tell him a long time ago, 2009, go to the link in the bio and get a book. Get 2 of them. Buy a badge, too. If y'all buy a badge, I like that. Please, the badges have been helping because they don't help you monetize. So every time you come on live and you just be talking, there ain't nobody making no money off of it no more. Diddy about to find out the Almighty is in control. Cassie has God on her side. I pray for her strength. And she did this when, it's like the day after Kim Porter or the day of Kim Porter. How did that go? Anybody can share information? It's the day after then the allegations come out and the things hit the same day or the day after. Oh, it's just a message going on. Oh my God, is this a message? I don't know. Don't let me start to get to talking because I don't really want to assume and then make it seem like Mark Curry said this. No, Mark Curry didn't say anything, but it's a lot of fucking stuff that's going on that's questionable. It's real questionable. These women and men choose to affiliate with Puff. No one's taking advantage of as far as his private life. People talking and comments like they were there. Hilarious. Hey, man. I'm going to tell y'all a real story right now. And I hope you've grown enough to understand this fact right here. You don't have to wait on somebody to do you wrong to realize that they would do you wrong. So, you don't have to you don't have to worry. When somebody is going to do it, they're going to do it. So, it's not that somebody would be into his business or like that. It's just like, I guess Clive Davis should have spoke more. And I think we should hold Clive Davis a little responsible. Maybe we should hear more from him. Since he did his book, nobody really heard nothing about him. How old is Clive? Anybody knows? But maybe we need to hear more from Clive so he can tell us about his parties. And then you'll be like, wow, you'll really be fascinated by listening to Clive. He gonna have fun with his parties. Not you, Mark. Yeah. I ain't even see the no negative comments. Clive has been a problem. I'm just waiting on him to expire. Yeah, I mean, he never came out and told us about his parties. That's what we really want to know. Like, what did he do to... Yo, do you know what a lot of our famous people would be going through if we found out that they was fondled on and all of that? What if he did? What if he touched these boys that he gave deals to? What if that happened? And all of them affected, and they don't want to share nothing with nobody because they realize that the only reason why they have what they have is behind what they did that wasn't morally correct. and they have issues now? What if that's what we're going through? And what if we just sitting here and we looking at Bill Cosby as being someone? What if we have other people that we can blame for the result of, you know, a lot of other people's outcome now? Man, y'all don't get it. Y'all don't get it, man. Smitty Blanco. Relax, brother. No, what he did to Lou Palmer, then the boys band member. A lot of these men like boys. I mean, you got to look at B2K. You got to look at what was going on with them and the dude who was managing them. You know, man, it's just so much that goes on. I just don't get it sometimes. Like, I guess a lot of people sometimes just forget the fact that you still got to wish and pray and hope. Yeah, Chris Stokes. I ain't say it. Troy G said it. Troy G said it. And buy a badge if y'all got a couple extra dollars just laying around on your Cash App or something. It'd be real helpful. Buy a badge or buy a book. DJ Chubby Chub in the building. What up, Chubby Chub? Yeah, so, you know, that usually happens. I'm telling y'all, man, with these people with this money, money make people feel like you could do anything that you ever imagined you wanted to do. Money make you feel like you can go get the outfit you always felt like you're going to feel comfortable, go to the place that you always thought you wanted to go to, do whatever you want to do. But you know what? That's not happiness. Money can't really buy you respect. It can get you respect, but it ain't going to buy you respect. Because you always going to have somebody that know you and be like, no matter how much money you got, you still the same person you always been. When you change, that's when you change. Everything must change. Karma keeps receipts, and they do not expire. Yeah? What up? What up, Chubby Chub? Salute. Yeah, that's how karma do, but I'd rather cry on a Rolls Royce than in a Honda. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you. The only thing that I tell you the difference between I'd rather cry in a Rolls Royce than in a Honda. Yo, no matter where I cry, when I'm crying over it's so heartfelt. Sometimes I cry on my knees. Sometimes I cry in the hospital. You never know when you're going to have to cry. The only thing you got to know is you need to be man enough to let it go and understand that you got to let it go. Let it go. Let it go and let God have it. You understand? That's a man. Clive, Jive Records, Uptown, Whitney, Kelly, Britney Spears, Life Boogie, Biggie, all that. Yo, Clive really got to, yo, can somebody DM Clive and tell him that they want him to expand more on his book? I'd rather have no respect with money than to have no respect broke. I don't know. That's a good one, though, but sometimes you can not have nothing and you can still have respect. Because I don't think that respect comes with if you have money or not. Because some people don't have money and they still have respect, and I respect them. And some people have money and I don't respect them. So just because you have money don't mean you're going to get respect. Sometimes you can have money and you can get your money taken from you. That's not respect. This depends on how you run about and how you do it. Yeah, but I don't know. You know, when you got people who got that money and they don't have no limits, like it's hard to have boundaries when you got money and you can have everything. You can just wake up, somebody gonna cook whatever you want for you. You can go put on any outfit you want. You can go do anything you want to do, and you be like, damn, I can do everything that I want to do, and the crazy thing is I don't have nothing to do. You be like, I don't have nothing to do. You be like, I got so much money and I have nothing to do. I don't even have nobody that I can sit with and talk about making more money or build and become more wiser. And, you know, and I don't have no friends around me that are intelligent. Everybody around me just want to talk about what happened last night. What's up, Sean from VA? What's wrong with what? It's just when you got money and you don't have nothing to do, that means you kind of like broke, basically. And when you working and you need money, that means you kind of busy. I think part of being in business in life is being busy. So if you got money and you're not busy, then what kind of business is that? You can still make money when you're not working, but at the same time, every moment or every second that you spend on this earth, you can be spending it just making yourself more valuable. So you be like, I just want to make more money for who I am. But look, I'm ready to end the live. I wanted to come on tonight and chime in on this with this thing that's going on, these allegations and stuff like this. Now, once again, we're going to let the people who get paid to do this kind of stuff do their job so we can see what we paying people for, and we're going to see the outcome. But again, I hate that he went against that liquor company because it seems like they're going to cause him a lot of big problems. And it seems like they're on his head. All right. Go ahead, get out of here. Go to the link in the bio, get a book. I wrote about this in the book. Usually, if I wrote the book, I don't want to talk about it again. Let's get the book. If you got the book, then you can understand what I'm talking about. So get the book. I also release a couple of new songs. They're in the bio too. And make sure you put those on your rotation when you go to the gym. It's 2 songs, Secrets and I Am. Put that in your rotation and listen to it when you're in the gym, and I think you will appreciate what I'm trying to bring back. Yeah, black people don't read, but we learning. We learning. We learning. And we moving. We black people have come a long way, and we are improving, and we are doing better. So I want to give a big shout out to people, first of all, white, black, Chinese, all of that. But I want to give a special shout out to all of the underprivileged individuals who were placed in those categories where they felt like you couldn't do or you wasn't going to become, that changed those thoughts and worked hard to become something different. Let's give a shout out to them. Whether you black, white, whatever color it is, if you was an underdog and you went through the system and then you came out on top, man, salute to you. And this ends that live. Make sure y'all go get a book. If y'all want to hear about it, go get the book.
Hi, Miss Pinkett. You look fantastic.
How you guys doing?
All right, good to see you.
We gotta go. We're blocking traffic. Oh, we gotta. Oh, we're blocking. I'm sorry.
What do you say about the allegations? There's like, you know, like so many rumors. Anything you want to say?
We suing.
I know that's right. Thank you.
Running it down on these niggas. Sex, drugs, money, and murder, my nigga. You know how we get it, my nigga. Still be painting them bitches, my nigga. Ripping that roll, who fucking your bitches. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. 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 Niggas, they never gon' hurt you. Niggas, they never will hurt you. Sex, drugs, money, and murder. Sex, drugs, money, and murder.
Got the trap spot, understand how to get that. Ran down on them niggas with a flip back. You ain't never seen none of nigga live like that. I was still getting stacks back. Had to fuck around getting them packs back.
12 skinnies even trapped out of glad bags. Work move mad fast, guns like Baghdad. Yeah, I spent 20 on a finger. The weather started to change if I wave it out the window. Trying to get the package through and I could block the cinder. Shined on summer. Yeah. I'm about to grind all winter. Biggest nigga on the team, and you could call me sinner. Your big homies hold everything, we just call him Splinter. Keep him in the feds if he hit the state dinner. Who am I?
Yo, where we at, bro?
Where we at?
What we doing?
We'll take it.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? It's your boy Bulletz Gotti, man. Yo, I just want to tell everybody, man, the streets is a myth. A lot of these dudes be lying. Just look at Corey King. Look at all these dudes. A lot of these dudes be lying about their street credibility. They be lying about who they is. Casanova's a perfect example. Taxstone. A lot of these dudes be capping. But this right here is not surprising to me. I did a video on this individual, La Brim. Y'all, if y'all never seen the video that I did on him, I did a video on him back in, what was it, 2020 or maybe 2021 actually, and 2022. I did a couple other videos before that on my first and second YouTube channel. Now, I'm touching back on the La Brim subject because in this situation, La Brim right now has basically dissed his movement because they want to get money and they want to be in a position where they not blackballed. Now, as you remember, if y'all can remember the video that I did about CJ, right? And La Brim basically trying to extort CJ, I called it out in 2021, right? No, it's 2020. It was 2020 I did that video. Yeah, 2020. I called it out. Now, in 2023, he goes at the members because they linked up. Shout out to the Max. Shout out to the Max. You know what I'm saying? They linked up with the Max. And really and truly, all La did was lie. All he did was started senseless bloodshed in the streets. And basically, he divided a movement where everybody was under one umbrella. He divided a movement. So with La Brim divided a movement because he wanted to dick ride GS9 and Bobby Shmurda and them, he linked up with Psych Bike, a snitch, right? Dude told on the dudes, told on the Max after they scratched him. Told, you know, you could look up the lawsuit. He gave a description. He sued the facility and he told. But these are the niggas that people call OGs. That's why I tell y'all, stop calling these niggas OGs. They're fake OGs. They're not real OGs, because real OGs don't motherfucking write lawsuits and then try to say they victims. You can't be a victim and you was basically a proprietor of the attack. You started the attack. You went in a sneak attack, Larry-O. Okay? Cowardly move. You know, you got dudes like Shaquille that are praise it because, you know, they have an issue with a Bronx nigga. You know, because a lot of these dudes in Brooklyn, they hate Bronx dudes. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? They hate Bronx dudes. And shout out to my Brooklyn dudes. But there are a lot of dudes that are Brooklyn biased that be hating on the Bronx dudes and the uptown dudes. So, you know what that was about with the whole Psych Bike situation. So, Psych Bike gets scratched. He links up with La Brim, links up with him. and P Gutter, and they start JetBlue, right? Now he goes against all the Bloods. He goes against the Stones. And this is what gets me with a lot of the Bloods, right? A lot of the dudes, a lot of the homies. It's like, yo, y'all picked La Brim. Y'all took La Brim's side with him trying to D-Rod, Dick Rod, Bobby Shmurda, and them niggas.
No, you're not fine.
Y'all didn't call it out and say, yo, this dude is going against the hood, the whole organization. We is, you know, when it was a point where everybody was under that 5'9" umbrella. Everybody, right? It was under that umbrella, right? Where it was everybody. La was under the Mac Baller Brim. You know, everybody was under that umbrella. And then next thing you know, La does the shit that he does. Backstab because he mad and envious and jealous of the position. The position that Larry O had. And don't get me wrong, you know, there's nothing wrong with doing what he's did with the whole pastor thing. That's cool. But you can't say you righteous in one sentence and doing unrighteous shit in the streets. Making young dudes do unrighteous things. Instead of him being a real OG saying, you know what, man, let's get money. Let's stop all the unnecessary beefing. Let's stop killing each other. Let's stop doing all this stuff. Let's get to a positive thing. He didn't do no. See, dudes like, yo, but he doing what Larry Hoover did. But Larry Hoover was about growth and development. He was telling brothers to go vote. He was telling brothers, yo, listen, let's get political. And because he wanted to get his brothers political, they gave him 100 years. Okay? You didn't do that. La Brim didn't do that. La Brim continued the BS. And then behind the wall, he's up there piecing the same dudes that he tells his little homies to go at. He say, no, it ain't no beef with the Max. But then in the streets and in the jails, they want to have static with the Max. So they dissing Larry O in the records and all this. He's co-signing this. He's allowing. He's not stopping them, saying, "Yo, chill. It's peace, brother. Let's all come together." No, he's not doing that. He's continuing the BS. So look what happened with him in Wack 100. Because I want to speak about the Wack 100 thing. He allowed dudes to line him up. His own homies to line him up, right? Instead of him having representatives go on Clubhouse, he's saying he goes on Clubhouse, gets put in the box because dudes lined him up. They lined him up. They lined him up. Dudes lined up live. They lined him up. But he was the dumb one to go on Clubhouse and say the things that he said on there, knowing that you're incarcerated. You made your situation very bad for yourself. Instead of you being a real OG and say, you know what? Nah, we not going to do that. We bigger than that. We going to ignore that. He didn't want to do that. So now he gets on there, whacking them is like, it's whatever. They start banging on him. But he allowed dudes like Unstricken Mentality, P and Stack City, Skull, and all these dudes to manipulate. Saw the God, China Mac, all these people to manipulate. So he didn't check and say, you know what? Nah, because he's not a true leader. True leaders don't do that. Real leaders don't indict themselves and give the people a reason. You know? So fast forward, this whole situation with the G6, right? With him denouncing G6, closing G6 down, saying what he's saying about the G6. And he's upset that the little homies is basically affiliated and was basically rocking with the Max, right? Instead of him say, you know what, this is a good solid move here because I said that it's peace. Now, when he do it, it's okay. But when they do it, it's a problem. You notice that? When he do it, it's not okay. But when they do it, it's a problem. He did it in the jail. Taking pictures with Mac Baller members, piecing it up with them, saying, yo, the beef is over. But he has a problem with his members embracing the Macs, coming together with them, doing business. He has a problem with that. Because La Brim is an envious, jealous piece of shit individual. Instead of him being a man of integrity and saying, you know what, let's stop the violence, let's keep the peace, he'd have rather continued the shit. After he says he's the man of the cloth denounces gangs, denounces all of this shit. You're not trying to elevate the people into righteousness or try to help them get to a bag. You want to extort. You want to disrespect. You want to talk crazy. And then you want to act like you about the people. No, La Brim is a fraud. And it's about time that dudes is exposing that, because at the end of the day, I don't have an issue with that black man. But I don't like to see a black man leading my people to slaughter. He's leading the people to slaughter because ain't no motherfucking way, yo. Ain't no motherfucking way, yo, that you can get on your platform and say you against this, you a man of the cloth, there's no issues with the Max, but you don't like that you saying, nah, we shutting the G6 down because they out here on the street coming together, working together, moving together. You don't like that. You don't like to see them moving together. You don't like to see them in the street working together. So I get it. It irks you. So I watched a video with Dice Peso and Boss Ugavelli and Perp the Dealer. Shout out to Perp the Dealers. You know, shout out to them. Right? I watched the video. In the video, in the song, Boss Ugavelli is going at La. And basically, he throws down the hat. He say, woo-dee, and saying your big homie is in the feds. If he come back, he know he can't live because he's a rat. And I'm like, hold up. He can't live. He's a rat. Now, mind you, Whack 100 and them was calling La a snitch, right? On YouTube, on Clubhouse. But they was going by what Shaquille said. Now, hearing what I heard on that song is deeper than that Shaquille shit. And what I didn't understand is why Shaquille cleaned it up when you the one that insinuated that this man told. People going by what they heard you say. They heard you say he made a statement. But, hey, dudes want to clean it up however they want to clean it up. It is what it is. But I watches the video, the joint, the jump off, and when I listened to the jump off, he insinuated that, and then not only that, he insinuated that. But this is the thing that got me a little bit too. I'm gonna keep it all the way real with y'all. This is the thing that got me a little bit too. That that goes to the hood. They go to their block and to the hood, and he walks around, Boss Agavelli. And I'm saying to myself, wow. But not surprised, because these dudes was taking shots at Larry-O, you know. Free the old man, Larry-O, free him. Free him. Free Larry-O. Free him. You know, free him. Definitely free him. Shout out to Eli Brim, you know. You know, and the thing that was crazy to me is that everybody hates on Larry-O. They lied and said that man was a snitch when he wasn't a snitch. Okay. They said all type of negative things about that man, right? Disco Baller, yes, he's a snitch. He's a rat. He's an informant. He told on his co-defendant. Fuck that nigga. But to lie on a man like Larry-O, that's fighting for his freedom, fighting for his life, and he's coming home soon, right? To lie on that good brother like that because it's an agenda, because people don't like the fact that Larry-O was like, yo, I'm leaving the nation. I'm making my own nation. Respect the Larry-O for that. You know? Pistol did it. You know? The Stones did it. Because a lot of that shit in that UBM is a lot of bozo shit. A lot of niggas is co-signing these rats, these homosexuals and booty banners, and dudes don't want to be under that. Dudes don't want to be under the backbiters. So Larry-O did something that nobody has did. Started a nation. You know? And they doing positive things. They in the music industry. They business, they entrepreneurs. Look at, you got Perk the Deal out here. You know? You got so many people out here that from the Mac side that's doing big things. You know? Shout out to Kimi Baller. Shout out to all of the sleazers. You know? General Deezy, Jaffe, you know, all of them. They're doing a lot of big things in the music industry, entertainment industry, business side, whatever you want to say they doing it. All my guys, all the guys, I fuck with all the guys. I know Gotti, man. I fuck with the guys, my nigga. I'm just keeping it real. I fuck with the MBF, and I'm just gonna say it right there. What Zulu Nation was in the 80s and 90s, that's what MBF is right now. They got control of the industry. And dudes is like, yo, we need to get behind the Mac Baller family. We need to get behind this nation, because dudes is not going to get no money. So dudes is looking at their careers like, yo, I got a music career. Let me get under this. Because I can get next to a Rick Ross. I can get next to a Puffy. I can get next to a Drake, a Meek Mill, whoever, 50 Cent. I just want them to hear my music. Let me get next to them. Nicki. You know what I'm saying? That's a small move. Dudes is thinking about their futures. A lot of dudes don't want to be out here bummy. I ain't setting it out for these brothers to do things and get in there. So dudes is, young boys looking, the young boys is looking like, yo, fuck what that nigga talking about. We don't even know this nigga. A lot of these young boys don't even know Labrum, man. You know? And the problem with him is that nobody's hating on you, brother. But you said you was a hypocrite. You sent mixed messages, and you out here talking about, yo, I'm fading the G6. But you said that you a pastor. You're done with gang life. Why is you still on social media? After what happened with you and Wack, you should just leave social media all the way alone. Because there's no way in hell I would want to be on any type of platform like a YouTube, like a Clubhouse or Instagram, still trying to do gang politics. Like, from the Wack 100 situation, he should have learned. He was manipulated by his own homies and his own set to come to Clubhouse. Manipulated. And after he was manipulated, look what happened. Look what happened. He got in the box, you know, and these dudes, nothing happened to them. You know why? Because they knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. They knew what they was doing. You know? They knew what they was doing. And because they knew what they was doing, they perfectly lined him up. See? But that's when you emotional. That's when you don't deal with logic. That's when you're not being rational. You just doing anything and saying anything. A dude at his age should be playing them type of dumb games. All that this man did, even with the whole, like I told y'all, even with the situation with, you know, it's a lot of things. Like, a lot do things and try to make himself, he sends his people into being crash test dummies. Instead of giving them knowledge, you make them crash out. And that's why I respect the brothers that say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Because it's niggas like that. And he's no different than a Corey King and a Shockwell and many other of these dudes. You know? It's no different. You wonder why you have all these big gang indictments is because, brother, look what you doing. You're not leading your people the righteous way. You can't have them out here wilding. And then you in there preaching about God and the Bible and talking about I'm a pastor and I'm this and change your name to and talking this spiritual shit. Come on, man. Niggas can't. This is the thing that I call out a lot of these dudes, like the Hocus 4/5, the Librims. This is why I call these the Mysons, all these dudes. This is why I call these dudes out. Because niggas 1 minute want to be Sharif, and the next minute they want to be old dog. It doesn't work like that in life. You have to stand on a message. A lot of people lost their lives because of the backbiting, the grimy shit that Librim was doing. A lot of people lost their lives, man, on both sides. Off of a lie, off of slander, calling a man a snitch and he wasn't. You know, defame that man's character for no reason. For no reason. Backstabbed them for the other side. Backdoored them for a crip that cut a dude that was supposed to be your homie, your mans, that you grew up with. You a snake. La Brim. You a snake, a hypocrite, and a liar. And this is why I did my last video on La Brim, because it's like, yo, dog, you started all these problems. You're not a righteous man. You're an unrighteous man, because a righteous man is not going to do the shit that you did. So, I just wanted to say that. Call it out. How we got to call it out. He did a lot of cowardly shit. A lot of contradicting shit. A lot of emotional shit. A lot of fucked up shit, because as a man, you could have did and took the positive route and did the Larry Hoover and the Jeff Ford. Bring your people into righteousness. But instead, you didn't do that. You want to continue to sell murder, death, kill. That's terrible. It's terrible. People pumping bad dope. You can say what they want about OG Mac. But OG Mac led his people into righteousness. The devils, like the Corey Kings and the rest of them dudes, Shaquells and all of them, they backdoored that brother and lined him up to get him out the whip, because he was leading his people into righteousness and didn't want that shit on the street. See, they gotta get rid of those that's righteous. So they gotta put them in the ADXs. You know? So when people saying what they saying about lie, like, who knows, man? Is you doing all this to get your time cut, but you throwing your people under the bus, brother. These young people is losing their lives because of you basically not being a leader. A leader of men don't lead they men into a trap or into their own demise. You made it uncomfortable for these guys. So now these guys got to go to jail. They go into jail, they getting cut, stabbed, beat on, all type of things. Losing their lives because of the message that you pushed out there and the shit that you pushing. We got to do better than that. You went on Clubhouse. That was, come on, bro. They set you up. You got to blame yourself. You can't blame no Whack 100 or nobody. Blame yourself and blame the homies that sent you in there to crash out, because all they did was got you lined up. And now dudes insinuating that you a snitch. Hey, that's crazy. But hey, you never know these days, man. I ain't calling the man a snitch. But what I heard on that diss track, things that make you go home. That's all I can say. It's what it is, man. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. You know, this video right here, I want to touch on this whole Puff, this whole Will Smith, just really what's been going on with black men, Tory Lanez, whatever you want to, you know, and even with your brother Jonathan Majors. A lot of these situations right now is just going to show you that once you seek independence, once you is cooling, once you is doing your thing, once you call out certain BS, you become targeted. Now, mind you, a lot of people hate Puff. You know, a lot of people don't like Puff. A lot of people have their problems, you know, with Puff. But I just find it, me personally, I just find it kind of odd when you got a dude, right, that's been in the industry. Puff been in the industry since 89, 88, 89. So to be in the industry since 88, 89, since his Howard days, right? Coming from a party promoter, you know, doing the, you know, the Red Zone and the Tunnel and all these clubs to elevating to being one of the biggest music moguls in hip-hop history, right? The thing is, a lot of motherfuckers don't like Puff because Puff has been successful and all that. But like I told y'all in my video with the COINTELPRO, when I spoke about the East and West beef, a lot of people want to blame Puff. They want to blame Suge. But they don't look that it's deeper than Suge and Puff. Puff and Suge ain't had nothing to do with Biggie and Pac losing their lives. They just didn't want to see two black men be successful and them not beefing. You have to remember, Puff and Suge was cool. Pac and Puff was cool. Biggie and Pac was cool. Everybody was cool. But it wasn't until what happened in Atlanta and all the other shit that transpired before that with the whole Quad Studio thing with federal informants like Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack and you know, dudes like that. I don't have a problem with really like, I wouldn't say Jimmy. Let me not say Jimmy. But Haitian Jack, who basically lined up Pac and started off this whole East and West beef, right? Let's keep it real. This whole East and West beef would have never happened. It would have never happened if the situation didn't happen the way it is. People would have still had their lives. See, what people don't understand is, right, and I get what Gene Deal always be talking about, is that a lot of times when you look at the situation, I feel Gene's part where he says, I'm not mad at him. I don't have hate for him. I don't want to see him incarcerated. I just want him to keep it real about what happened and how he led Big to his demise going to California. That's understandable. I understand where he's coming from. A lot of other dudes feel different. It's a personal vendetta against them and Puff. Some dudes feel Puff did them wrong, you know, and other people feel certain ways about certain situations, which is understandable. But everybody else that's been online, that's been on YouTube, yeah, a lot of people don't like Puff because they have their issues with Puff. You know, 99% of most niggas that had their issues with Puff, like I said, it has something to do. Like I said, if he did something personal, I understand that. But if the nigga ain't did nothing personal to you and you coming on social media talking shit, then it is what it is. But like I said, man, the only reason why they going at Puff the way they going at him right now is because the whole lawsuit with the Spirit Liquor Company. And then the whole thing that he did not sell his masters and publishing to that company because they wanted his whole catalog. He didn't sell his catalog like Dr. Dre did. He didn't sell his catalog like Rockefeller did. He didn't sell a catalog like RZA did. He didn't sell a catalog like Lil Wayne did. So because he didn't sell a catalog like Dr. Dre and all of them, they after him because of that. Gotti shot, you know, sold his catalog. But Son didn't sell a catalog. Instead of Puff selling the catalog, he said, you know what, I'm going to give y'all publishing and y'all masters. They wanted the catalog. He didn't sell it. You know? He refused to do that. You know? He refused to do that. Now, yeah, Puff he's a shrewd businessman. You know? Yes, he's he can be a real egotistical, mean dude. You know? But, like I said, you got to look at it like this. Like I said in my live, you know, you have to look at it like this. Michael Jackson, right? When he said this is it, he was making a return back to music. Boom, he was dead. Prince, same thing. When he got his, finally was getting his masters, boom, dead. Kobe, he's about to do some big power moves, dead. Look at this. O.J. Simpson, he went to go get his memorabilia, right? Beat his case, they come back and get him. Now, he done beat his case. This is like 94. This is like 13, 14 years later. 13, 14 years later. 13, 14 years later, they go after OJ. And he does 10 years, right? Bill Cosby had a case in 2004. He wanted to buy NBC. They murdered his son. He goes and try to buy the network. He goes and try to buy the network, right? He couldn't get the network, right? He couldn't get NBC, right? His son gets murdered. He's on tour writing his book, Come On People, right? He started talking about how the industry and all the shit that they doing, you know, the negative influence that they have on the youth. What happens? Andrea Constance says he does this to him. The case gets thrown out, right? Boom. He talks about making a return back, a comeback. He did an interview, Roland Martin and everybody talks about, I'm doing a comeback comedy special with Netflix, TV show coming on NBC, the network that he built, right? That he helped build, right? Made successful, made him tons of money, right? He goes back, says he's going to have a new show on there. What happens? Hannibal Buress comes out and does a whole skit, says this man's name. While he says this man's name, and he's an agent, you don't hear no more about Hannibal Buress no more after he did what he did to Bill Cosby. You get the Bozeman chick comes out. Then you get all these Janice Dickinson and Beverly John, all these women come out saying, well, Bill Cosby did this. He drugged me and all this. And then he gets incarcerated. Won the appeal, came home, and has his freedom. But he still has to deal with the stigma of the lies. And all because this man was about empowerment. That's the cold word. You know, the spook who sat by the door in the industry, once you obtain the knowledge, they got to come get you, right? R. Kelly, perfect example. R. Kelly made a return, like I told y'all, made a return with Lady Gaga, right? Does that new record with Lady Gaga. He's making a return back to music. Him and Lady Gaga performs at the AMAs, right? Next thing you know, he gets an award for that record and all that, right? Next thing you know, and they did SNL together, right? Next thing you know, there's a whole slander campaign. He goes on HuffPost. The chick slanders him. He leaves, he walks off the interview, right? Next thing you know, they talk about, oh, he has a coat. That didn't work. The Atlanta police didn't have nothing, right? Now, wait. Tasha K, the agent provocateur, the same agent that's going after Will Smith and Puff, right? Look at this. Look at this, yo. Look. I'm about to get y'all. I'm about to bust y'all head with this, right? She does an interview with the Russell chick, right? And the other chick, the McGee chick, that was saying that Kells did all this to her, but come to find out she was stalking R. Kelly for numerous years, right? This is what happens. This is the crazy part about all of this, right? Surviving R. Kelly comes out, the promotion and the promo comes out late 2018. Surviving R. Kelly. When the documentary drops in January 2019, he's kicked off of the label, right? His label kicks him off, right? He was at the time signed to RCA. RCA kicks him off of RCA. Then a case, a federal, first it was a state indictment, then it was a federal indictment, then they hit him with a RICO case saying he was sex trafficking these women, right? Now look, same thing they did to R. Kelly, they doing to Puff, right? R. Kelly, he had his master's in his publishing. He wanted his master's in publishing for I Could Believe I Could Fly, his biggest song, right? Because that song made a lot of money. That's his biggest record. He wanted the pub off of that. They went after him just because he wanted the publishing for that record. So you see the situation with Puff when he started talking that empowerment shit and he started talking about discrimination, that the liquor company Spirit Liquor was discriminating against him and all that. That's when they said, you know what? We got him. And I knew this was going to happen. I said, yo, who's going to be the next big celebrity? I said it was two dudes. I said it's either Will Smith or it's Diddy. And I knew it was going to be the both of them because they don't like dudes that they deem liabilities, man. When you consider the liability in their mind, you're not trustworthy to be the top dog. You a liability. And that's why, like, with this whole Puff situation, it's kind of messed up because, yes, dudes, he's a shrewd businessman. But do a man deserve to be incarcerated for 30 and 40 years? Because if you look, it's not going to, it's starting with Cassie, but you don't know who else they have in the wings. You don't know how many other women they got coming out here because they not trying to get you off of a case of a smoking gun case of a murder. Okay? Which they can't prove that he had anything to do with the Biggie, with the Pac death, right? Same with Suge. They don't have proof for that. Look at what happened with Suge, right? They was going after Suge. Suge did this to Pac. Suge did this to Biggie. You know, all this, right? And look what they did. Suge went to a movie set. He went there 2 times. Nothing happened the first 2 times he went there. But the 3rd time, they was trying to get him knocked off at the movie, at the set. And because they was trying to get him knocked off at the set, right? Suge, you know, anybody would do that. Survival. It's either fight or flight. He jumps in the truck. His mans, God bless the dead, Terry Carter, was dead, got hit by the car. But he was being shot at. And what people don't understand, this man said out his own mouth that they was trying to kill me at the movie set. They wanted Suge out the way. That's what people keep not understanding. He wasn't supposed to live that day. He was supposed to die that day. And what else was supposed to happen wasn't supposed to get 28 years. But because he lived, they gave him 28 years in prison. Just keep it real. Look how many times Puff's life was on the line. He's supposed to die in Club New York. He was supposed to die in L.A. But he lived, he survived both situations and beat the attempted murder case at Club New York. So, because he beat the shooting case at Club New York, they waited their time. And now, this is the moment, which is fucked up because you targeting this man now. R. Kelly was targeted. And if Puff didn't return back to music, you wouldn't hear nothing. And he didn't sue Spirit Liquor Company, they wouldn't went after him. But because he's doing that, they're like, nah, we got to get this nigga out the way. We got to get him out the way. You know, and how I know that's what it is because it's an agenda. The agenda is that Puff got too big for his britches. But people got to understand, at the end of the day, he spoke how he felt that he was being discriminated against. You understand what I'm saying? And, you know, Puff ain't no dummy. Puff is a paper gangster, but everything is business. You know, people could be mad at him, but everything was business with him. Yeah, he fell out with a lot of people and other things, and how the situation, you know, went out, how it did. But what people don't understand is he was making things right. Now, the whole thing that happened, and what dudes is not realizing is that they trying to go after this man because basically they want him out the way. He didn't sell out. He didn't sell that catalog, and they wanted that catalog. He didn't sell that. And because they wanted that catalog, and because he said what he said about Spirit Liquor Company, this is what's happening. You know, Puff is not a stupid dude. He's a very smart, highly intelligent man. You know what I'm saying? It's messed up because look what's going on right now. You know, same thing what happened to R. Kelly. You know, look what happened to him. This man fight for his freedom. I don't blame R. Kelly for suing Tasha K, because Tasha K slandered him, basically exposed evidence that was in the case, and did all type of things that she wasn't supposed to be doing. But because she did that, because she's a paid agent, okay? This is an agent. This woman is an agent, you know, and people don't see it, but that's what she is. She targeted R. Kelly because she was paid to do that. You know, just like she targeted Puff. These people is paid to do what they doing. She targeting Will Smith. She's paid. And let me say this about the Will Smith situation, right? Dude is your friend for 40 years, right? What type of man comes out on the internet that's in videos, pictures with Dwayne Martin, Will, Charlie Mack, saying, this is my brother, my friend for 40 years. Will was your friend for 40 years. And you goes online and say this man did some homosexual acts with another man. And this is a man that you knew for 40 years from Philadelphia, that you grew up with, from the trenches, that took you to Hollywood, from Philly to Hollywood, changed your life. You saw the success and riches being next to this man. And because money might not be right, or the situation might not be right for you, you feeling some type of way to go on Tasha K platform and throw this man under the bus after the whole situation with the Chris Rock shit. You goes on the internet and say, yo, I saw this man doing this and that to this man. That's a snake. I don't respect nothing that comes out of no snake nigga mouth. Dude Bilal was a snake. Because if money and clout can make a man do what you did online for however much she paid you, then you have no integrity as a man. That's no integrity. As no man. I get it. People fall out all the time. But this is a nigga you knew for 40 years. This is a nigga that you was in recent videos and recent pictures with. It wasn't like you and this dude wasn't on good terms. Like, I understand when I see somebody like a DeHaven or a Choke No Joke or a Gene Deal, they haven't been in speaking terms with the people that they go at or they speak about. But you, sir, you was in speaking terms with this man for years. For years and years. And you was with this man in 2022 and 2021. So you a snake, bruh. How could somebody respect somebody like you? Oh, they need to be exposed. Nah, I don't respect that. 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 It's a nigga that you knew for all them years, bro. 40 years is a long time to know somebody. And to go on somebody's platform, to air them out, somebody that you knew personally. This is somebody you knew in real life. That you was in communication with. That's crazy to me. That you was in communication with this man. I could see, like I said, I could see if you wasn't. But you was in literally communications with dude. That's crazy. And all for 5 minutes or 15 minutes of fame, you doing this. What he did to you, bro? What did Will Smith do to you that got you that triggered to go on YouTube with Tasha K? The money is willing to destroy your integrity as a man? That ain't real nigga shit. That's some cowardly nigga shit. That's weird old shit. Somebody that you broke bread with for 40 years took you from Philadelphia all the way to motherfucking where you at now? In Hollywood? You this man and you this man friend? Man wrote about you in his book and you talking about him like this? That's dirty, bro. And you was recently with this man in 2021. In 2022, in 2020. These is recent years. It's not like you wasn't with this man 20 years. Okay, I can see. Oh, 20 years. I ain't speak with this man. I ain't been with this man 20 years or 30 years or 15 or 10 years. Me and him haven't spoken. But these are in recent times. 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022. You at this man book signing. You are a coward, sir. That is not, that's cowardly. You want to see this man, you hate this man. Because anybody that goes and speak against a person that's been good to them, you hate that man. Because that's my man's, and we've been homies, and I know you for that many years. And you willing to abuse me, slander me on social media for a check? Karma's real, man. What you doing is foul. He wrote about you in his book. This is a man, and you were at his book. This is the thing that killed me. The nigga was at his book signing. Like, nigga, you at the nigga book signing, bruh. It's not like you not at this man. You at this man book signing. You did him for what? Like this for what? For a bag? A lot of dudes is foul once the money leave them. When they start blowing that money, they get foul. I can see somebody, yo, all right, such and such did this to me, man. I feel some type of way. I ain't speak to that nigga in years. But this is a nigga that wrote about you in his book, and you were at his book signing. He got pictures of you in his book with Charlie Mack. And you throw your mans under the bus like that? Different type of dude, man. That's you's a different type of dude, man. I would never throw my mans, my homie under the bus for a check. Really? Was this all for a check? What was this for? It's crazy. It's crazy, man. It is what it is, man. It's your boy Bulletz Gotti. Salute, man.